season does not look good. I am still 2.5 games back with the Blue Jays. Still need time. Week completed. It was for Fuentes, a big league club. None of my concern right now. Wait for the Blue Jays. Other players playing. No average yet. Yeah, division standings don't look good for me.
We are inside and under the roof tonight here at Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario. Here it's the second of this three-game set between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. It's Blue Jays baseball, and it's on its way next. R.A. Dickey, a right-hander out of Tennessee, will be the starting pitcher. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, this will be his second start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
Trace Thompson strides forward, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Leading off for the Yankees, the left fielder, number 22, Trace Thompson.
Chop foul at the plate, strike one.
First pitch, 7:07.
High and deep to left center field. Looking up is Pilar. And this one is gone. A home run. So it's a solo home run here leading off the ball game as the Yankees will grab a 1-0 lead.
Well, I'll tell you, having a guy at the top of the lineup that's capable of doing this, boy, that's a great weapon to have. He jumps all over this ball to lead off the ball game with a solo home run.
Yasiel Puig will take his first cuts now, and after the leadoff home run to start the ball game, does the game plan change at all from a pitching perspective?
Well, I think it's a little bit more of a shock to the system than anything else. You're just not expecting that leadoff guy to be the guy that takes you deep.
Now this one's crushed. Left field line. Bases are empty here. Nobody out.
It's a close one, too.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Dickey into the windup. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a drive. This one's deep to right. Gone!
Yeah, back-to-back home run.
A solo home run off the bat of Yasiel Puig. And this is now a 2-0 lead for the Yankees.
If you want to take the sting out of an opposing crowd, can't think of a better way to do it than this. And that's back-to-back homers now from the first two guys in the lineup. That's how you start a ball game in style.
Standing in now, Alex Mendoza.
Alex Mendoza.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. High in the air out to center field. Pilar's there. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. Steve, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, facing a knuckleballer, that just gets so difficult. There's two theories. Either swing at the first one or don't ever swing. But these guys, they can put you in a slump for about a week.
Brian McCann will dig in now. The American League's Silver Slugger behind the plate a year ago. Tap fouled at home plate. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the second out. And with that, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for the Blue Jays. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, this manager loves to do the defensive shifts. So we're going to see a lot of odd formations as the game goes along. I can't wait to see how it works.
Striding into the box, Ronald Torreyes, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. EK, as the Jays take the field here tonight, they enter this one off a loss after winning 5 of 7 prior to that.
And in terms of the homestand, they've won 2 and lost 2. So not much to say about that, except you hate to give away games at home. You'd like to see a little more consistent effort going forward.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Another one sent foul. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Another foul ball, and this battle will continue. 0-2, here it comes. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. He spoils another one, and we'll do it again. Squared that one up just a little late. And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the Yankees 2 And the Blue Jays coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Luis Severino is on the mound for game 2. Eric, any thoughts?
Yeah, Matty. In his last start, he was pretty effective. Got the win and only allowed 2 runs. Going to try and do that here again.
Troy Tulowitzki comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the
Leading
first.
up for Toronto, the shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, EK, they do come in fresh off a victory last time out, but they've been giving ground in the division of late. They've won just twice in their last 7 games.
And it's been a less than amazing start to the road trip, too. They've won just 1 of their first 4 games, so they'll be looking to turn that around here.
And no complaint about that one. That's a strike, and it's 1-2.
You know a guy throws hard when his changeup's at 89.
Drilled on the ground is short. Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, 1 away. With that, let's take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, I've got an eye on Troy Tulowitzki. Right now, he's among the AL leaders in homers, so he's had the power stroke working all year. He'll definitely be a guy that the opposition will need to be careful with.
Into the box now, Kevin Pillar. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First delivery to him on the way. Fastball in there for a called strike. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes in this one, Mr. James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a pretty fair umpire. Sometimes a pitcher will get a call in the corners, but he rarely has people barking at him about a strike zone.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Played on the backhand. Throw gets him, 2 down. Now that we have a chance, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, we have an opportunity to watch one of the most talent-laden outfielders in the game. Yasiel Puig can do it all. He can run down balls. He's got an arm that he is not afraid to show off. We'll see what he does in this one.
Josh Donaldson gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
I think he had to take that one because I'm not even sure he saw it.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. High in the air and deep to left center field. Mendoza ranging back. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. It's a solo shot off the bat of Josh Donaldson. And the Blue Jays are on the board. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Boy, I want you to check out the location of where this pitch is in the strike zone. It's up and it's right down the middle. I mean, maybe you get away with that to a 220 hitting backup catcher, but not to a guy like this.
Edwin Encarnacion now. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. You see the great batting average coming in. 3 homers, 9 driven in. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. And another foul ball. Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. Puig is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Jays answer right back with this solo home run. We'll head to the top of the second. It's the Yankees 2 and the Blue Jays 1. Starlin Castro will get his first shot here. 2 hits in 5 trips a night ago.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
Oh, shit.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
I think I'm playing him.
Dickey looks in. 0-1 on its way. And it's quickly 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here it comes on 0-2.
There you go.
And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. Ready on 1-2. Late making contact on that swing, and we'll do it again on 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. The 1-2 pitch. And a knuckleball ties him in knots there, and that's the first out.
Well, you're always gunning for a strikeout when he's at the plate because his legs make him so dangerous, even when he hits just a slow grounder. So nice job of keeping him off base right there.
Here's Javier Baez. Just gets a piece of it. Strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row. And this one, it was better than the last one.
Big swing and a miss at the knuckler, and now there are 2 gone.
This is how you go about keeping your club in the game. Back-to-back strikeouts. Now, after scoring in that last half inning, you can start to sense that the momentum is starting to shift a bit.
Will Myers will stand in now. He homered in the ballgame last night. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. We're back to Toronto after this. Jose Bautista will stride in now. 2 hits for him, including a home run in last night's contest.
Well, this guy's hitting over 300 on the year now, and he had a good performance yesterday as well.
Outfield shaded a bit to left center. The first pitch. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. And he falls behind. 0-2. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away. And with 1 away, time for a check of the standings in the American League East as you get a look at where these 2 teams find themselves entering play. Chris Colabello will stand in for the first time now, coming off a 3-hit contest in the loss last night.
Well, you look at the average on the season, guys, and he's not sneaking up on anybody. Pretty amazing numbers for him right there. So yesterday's performance, obviously no fluke.
In there, strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Down the third baseline, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. That misses. 1-2. Comes back with the cut fastball for strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
Wow, and he hasn't missed a beat since his last start. Remember, he had 9 strikeouts in that one, and he's well on his way to a similar performance right here.
Russell Martin will stand in, and you see the average there, up over 300 to start the new season. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. We're back to Rogers Center following this break. Gary Sanchez will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
Gary Sanchez.
High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. And he couldn't lay off there as he offers it a pitch in the dirt, and the count comes even now at 1-1.
Right now, they'd be lucky to just put one in play.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Now a swing and a fly ball.
Right.
Bautista sprinting after it, but this will land foul shy of the wall. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Dickey's ready. Here's the 1-2. Fights off another pitch and hits it foul right at the plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Grounded up the first baseline. And he barely gets to the bag in time, and a close play for out number 1.
Left fielder, Trace Thompson.
Trace Thompson will get a second shot at it now. Remember, he led off the ball game with that home run to get this offense going.
And that really sparked that first inning rally. When you get your leadoff guys on like that, it can create a lot of excitement for everybody else that's got a bat in their hands.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Had him fooled as this is popped up back behind short. Calling for it is Tulowitzki. And that's out number 2.
The right fielder, number 66, Yasiel Puig.
At the plate, Yasiel Puig. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
And that was a knuckleball that he chased out of the zone, but he still got good wood on it.
Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And that's going to land foul. The 0-2 home. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3. And boy, what a battle brewing here as he fouls yet another pitch into the seats. Still stuck on 0-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Here's the 0-2. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. They lead it 2-1. Devin Travis digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Second baseman.
First pitch on its way. Out in front of it, strike one. And he lays off for ball one. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Hit down the third baseline. Backhanded. And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number one.
Left fielder, Dalton.
At the plate, Dalton Pompey, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Here comes the first pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike one. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Boys, that's 99 right through him.
And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
Wow, a real sharp break to this thing. It's a slider. He starts it out over the middle of the plate. Now the hitter thinks he's got something that he can handle, and then this thing just makes a beeline right for his hands. That is a tough pitch.
Back to the top of the order.
Here's Troy Tulowitzki now. Yes, he'll take a look at ball one. 2 out, nobody on. On the ground to third. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 7 in a row he's set down now as the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. They still trail it here 2-1. Alex Mendoza will start things off here for the Pinstripers. He'll be followed by Brian McCann waiting in the on-deck circle. Dickey gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. Into the seats, 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. And here's a ball hit in the air. Bautista on the move, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. And a foul pop behind the plate. And he's retired here, 1 away. So 1 away now for Brian McCann.
Brian McCann.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. He'll take this in without much trouble, and 2 are gone here to start the 4th.
Up next for the Yankees, third baseman.
Now to the plate, Ronald Torreyes. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And this is going to be a foul ball. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Oh, and he leaves that one right over the plate as this is sent high and deep out to right center field. And it is gone, a home run. Solo shot to right center, and it gives the Yankees a 3-1 lead. And how about that? Ronald Torreyes has got himself his first big league round tripper. We'll have to wait and see how many more of these he can mount in his career, but for now I'm sure he's happy to say he's got his first.
Well, I think that any kid who's ever dreamed about playing this game dreams exactly this: watching the ball disappear over the fence, then circling the bases in a big league ballpark. I'm sure he was practically floating as he jogged the bases. He'll be replaying that at-bat over and over. You know his phone's going to blow up. He's going to be calling his mom, his buddies. Everybody's going to be talking about this one.
Here's Starlin Castro.
Second baseman, Starlin
As he swings and hits this one fouled off to the right and out of play. And this will find the seats behind the first base dugout. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again.
What was it? Yeah, 12 strikes now.
Straight 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Yankees do get 1 on the solo homer. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's now 3-1 Yanks. Leading off the inning, Kevin Pillar, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
And that's in there for strike 1. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact, and he'll get another chance. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
That's a good location for that cutter with 2 strikes. He's either got to take that and hope it's a ball, or he's got to foul that thing off.
Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Third baseman, number 20, Josh Donaldson.
Josh Donaldson stands in again. He got a hold of one and went yard in his first plate appearance.
Well, he hit a 2-strike changeup, so let's see if they attack him a little bit differently if they get him to 2 strikes again.
Here's the first pitch to him. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. 3-1 is our score here in inning number 4. Chopped foul right at home plate. Hit the other way out toward right field. Puig on the run. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
The batter, number 10,
Edwin Encarnacion is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. In there, no balls and a strike.
You know, I can't help but notice how much he's getting ahead of the hitters right now. I'm told he's throwing around 80% first pitch strikes. That's way above average.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Still a little bit early to be worrying about this, but in a 2-run game, a 2-out walk here would at least get the tying run to the plate. And on top of that, this guy has some pop.
Yeah, he does.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And at least he's taken a few pitches here. That's more than the rest of these guys can say.
Still 2-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Blue Jays go down in order, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Javier Baez heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0.
Now going from the tall ones.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Here's a high pop-up.
Not really thinking
Travis is in his tracks now, and he's got it for the first out.
First baseman number 25, Will Myers.
Will Myers is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Now some definite signs of life in that Toronto bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander begin to throw.
He ain't standing out.
And this will find the seats behind the first base dugout. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
And here's the 3-pitch sequence coming up. No surprise what this is going to be. Knuckleball, good morning. Knuckleball, good afternoon. And knuckleball, good night, everybody. That's a rough AB.
All in the strikes now.
Into the box, Gary Sanchez. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike 1. 3-1 our score as we play inning number 5. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands.
Jeez,
and this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. We'll see the dangerous Jose Bautista when we come back. It's the Yankees 3 and the Blue Jays 1. Jose Bautista will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Very weakly on the ground. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Changeup called strike 3 as he rolls his eyes at the call. 1 away. A little bit over halfway home tonight. Bottom of the 5th as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just 1 hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Now at the plate, Chris Colabello. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
Hit hard on the ground to third. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The catcher, number 55,
Russell Martin stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
And there's a swing and a miss by Martin as he falls behind now 0-2. Swing and a little tapper. That rolls foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Mendoza racing back. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo shot for Russell Martin. And the Blue Jays have cut that lead to 3-2 now.
Well, an 0-2 base hit with 2 outs you can shrug off, but an 0-2 home run, those will stick with you for a while. That one's gotta hurt.
Stepping in now, Devin Travis.
second baseman, Devin.
As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. That's inside. 2-0.
This is a good approach when you're facing a pitcher you're not too familiar with. Take a look at a few and see what he's got.
2 runs on 2 hits and no errors in the game for Toronto. That's going to even up the count at 2-2.
Oh, he was even up the count.
Third foul ball in a row, and this is turning into a pretty good at-bat. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
When a pitcher's close to getting through a quick inning, this is where you really need to grind out your at-bats, especially as a bottom of the order guy. So this is a good job so far.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Castro has it. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Jays get one back on the solo home run. We're through 5 innings here tonight. It's the Yankees 3, the Blue Jays 2. Trace Thompson makes his way to the box to lead us off in the 6th inning.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. So with the leadoff man aboard, we take a trip into the recent past here as we call on our graphic for today's edition of This Date in Baseball History. Yasiel Puig will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get 2. Tulowitzki for 1, but no real shot at 2 as he's safe easily at first.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still, a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
Alex Mendoza will dig in. 0 for 2. He's flied out and popped out so far.
Just getting under it right now. See if he can make an adjustment and keep that top hand strong this time.
Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
Hit hard to short, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with one away.
In now, Brian McCann. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Foul toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play. And here's a ball hit in the air. Donaldson is there for it. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting, third baseman
Ronald Torreyes strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
Now a swing and a fly ball. On the move is Batista, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass.
Well, what's the best way to beat a knuckleballer? Well, let him throw you something else to start off the at-bat and then sit on that pitch instead. And that worked out beautifully right there.
So now the Jays manager will make his way out toward the mound. And that will mean the end of the knuckleball here, as that's going to be it for R.A. Dickey. Roberto Ozuna will get the call here in a big spot as he inherits a bases-loaded jam with 2 men out. Starlin Castro steps into the box here in one of the bigger spots in the ballgame so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. That's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
He's still got to make one more big pitch, but this is a great start with the bases loaded.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he's hit by the pitch. And that'll be a painful run batted in. Notch 1 in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. It's 4-2.
And I think I can safely say this was not what their manager had in mind when he brought him on with the bases loaded. But granted, this run won't be charged to him, but still, not a great way to mark your rival.
Here's Javier Baez as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit. You think there was any intent there?
I don't think so. I mean, he's just trying to bury that 2-seamer in on the hands. Got away from him just a little bit.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a slur, but this is in the dirt for a ball.
And this is all about having faith in your catcher that he's going to block that pitch, as well he should. He's one of the best around when it comes to smothering balls in the dirt.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. This is hit high and deep out to left. Pompey looks up.
Gone.
It's a grand slam. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
One pitch. That's all he needed to keep the damage to a minimum and strand the bases loaded. But back to the drawing board after that one. That is gonna hurt.
Here's Will Myers.
Will.
As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. Back to the drawing board now for that man after the grand slam.
Yeah, with 2 outs, that absolutely killed him.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Well, a couple of good swings back to back, but nothing at all to show for it.
Struck him out, and the inning finally comes to a close. So they put up a big number in the inning as 5 crossed the plate. And this was the biggie here, the grand slam home run. On to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Yankees 8, the Blue Jays 2. Dalton Pompey will step forward now to lead things off. And after that last half inning, his guys are going to have some work to do.
Yeah, those 5-run innings are tough to bounce back from, but there's still time. They don't need to panic. They just need to focus on getting a few guys on base here.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. For that man right there, you need look back only to his last start to see a performance like the one he's shown here so far.
And well on his way to another great outing. And that's what you get when you mix your speeds and throw a lot of strikes.
Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called, 1 away.
And you know, he really doesn't have to throw that changeup all that much for it to be an effective pitch. And you can see what his breakdown is so far.
Troy Tulowitzki will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
And a high strike there, 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Puig is after it, but this will wind up being a foul ball.
Where'd the ball boy go?
1 out, nobody on. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Mendoza is there now, and he has it, 2 gone.
Where the hell the ball boy go?
Kevin Pillar will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ball game so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
Swing and a liner, but this will be foul. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. Still 8-2.
I don't think I need to use Mitchell yet. In fact, I might let's turn around to go another inning.
Back here at Rogers Center in Toronto. Yankees leading this one as we get ready to start the 7th. But before we do, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Aaron Luke will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Gary Sanchez will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yeah, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Oh, not fooled one bit by the changeup as he smokes this one to deep left field. That one will not be coming back. A home run. A solo shot here to left as this is now a 7-run ball game.
Wow, he has proven to be a real nuisance in the first 2 games of this series. A home run in last night's ball game and Now another one here.
The left fielder, number 22, Trace Thompson.
Into the box now, Trace Thompson. And a swing, and here's another big drive as this ball sent high and deep to left center field. And the long ball will burn him for the second time in the inning. Another home run. So a solo shot here to left center field. His second home run of the game as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
As a pitcher, and especially as a relief pitcher, you got to have a short memory out there. Here, he gets burned again on back-to-back home runs. Not really what you want to do when you're coming out of the pen.
The right fielder, number 66, Yasiel Puig.
In now is Yasiel Puig as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. He's set. Here's the 0-1. A little bouncer. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out. Now, it doesn't look like the manager fully agrees with that out call at first. It appears he may opt to challenge it and have the play reviewed.
Give me some time, guys.
Yeah, he may, Matt, but I'm sure he's going to wait for word from the guys in the dugout. And as we see it again, man, I can't tell for sure if he indeed was out.
And that's a thumbs up from the bench, so they will challenge the call on the field. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will now review the play from all available angles in order to make the final decision.
The Yankees are challenging the
So here's one last look at the replay. There has to be indisputable evidence in order to rule the runner safe. And boy, I tell you what, I just don't see it here. I'd be pretty surprised if this challenge works out for him in this case.
And the review process appears to be coming to an end, so here comes the decision. And he is indeed out at first as originally called. So they lose the challenge and the ability to use any further challenges for the rest of the game. Into the box, Alex Mendoza. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Takes this the other way to right, and he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
That's just a highlight reel catch right there. If this one skips by him, you could be looking at some extra bases. So the pitcher's very excited about making that play.
Standing in now, Brian McCann, as he can't make contact and is tied up here at strike one.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now. And this is fouled at the plate. Swing and a miss as the slider sets him down for the final out of the inning.
Of course.
So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. Bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch here in Toronto. It's the Yankees 10, the Blue Jays 2.
Not sure I'm going to do about this.
Josh Donaldson strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
Josh Donaldson.
First offering on its way. And he gets ahead 0-1. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game.
Boy, and in the first 2 games of this series, he's already struck out a total of 4 times now. You get to where you just hate taking that walk back to the dugout. I'll tell you, it's a very frustrating feeling.
Edwin Encarnacion now. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
He's making quick work of the middle of this lineup. Back-to-back strikeouts against their number 3 and 4 hitters.
Jose Bautista stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1.
This guy just continues to pound the strike zone. He's thrown a first pitch strike to 90% of the batters he's faced. Look how late we are into this ball game, and that's the difference for him.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Blue Jays go down in order, and the lead stays at 8. It's 10-2.
That's the 8th.
Steve Delabar will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there.
Which was used? Used. I can't use Tanaka. Smash that. Garrett Thompson. We're putting game.
Ronald Torreyes is in to start things out as he swings and misses at that one at strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, and he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
And now just look at all 3 of these pitches here on show track. First one, not a strike. Not a strike, and not a strike either. Now, that's no question that it could be 3-0 right now, but instead, he's headed back to the pine.
Here's Starlin Castro. Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger. It looked like he was giving him the evil eye down there, and I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, well, he's already been plunked once, and I don't think he's going to stand for too much more of that.
Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this is fouled back and out of play. 1 out, nobody on. Now a little tapper here up the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. 1-2, here it comes. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Colabello is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
Now batting, shortstop, Javier
Baez We'll stride in again as we flash you back to inning number 6, and this was certainly a big blow in this one. A grand slam as he left no doubt about that one. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate. Gotta imagine he'll take exception to that pitch, as well he should.
Almost a brawl here.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Not a real good effort there.
Nah, it's one thing if it's a slider running away or something like that, but that pitch right there was never going to be a strike.
Fastball, and this one runs in on him as he has to dance out of danger there.
I'll say this. He wasn't going to get his arms extended on that one.
And a good pitch there as he got him to go after one in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Yeah, that's where you need to be selective. That was a pitcher's pitch, and now you give that advantage right back.
Hot shot on the ground is short. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Bombers. And the lead stays at 8. It's 10-2. Garrett Thompson will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Garrett Thompson.
Chris Colabello will dig in for the third time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips.
Chris Colabello.
This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. Now a cut fastball, but that doesn't threaten the zone. It's even at 1. A chance here at least for this guy to get some work in what should be a fairly low-stress appearance.
Yeah, but it seems like these outings are where you relax a little bit too much, you give up 3 runs, and then watch your ERA climb by another point. They'll need to guard against that.
Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
One thing we can say about this game, neither team's been afraid to swing the bat. I mean, here we are this late into the ball game, and we still haven't seen our first walk.
Russell Martin stands in, coming off a solo homer in his previous trip. First pitch is a cutter looked at, 0-1. And this is fouled back and out of play. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this one will be fouled back in among the fans. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Under it is Myers, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, second baseman,
Devin Travis will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Now the 0-2 pitch. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
All right, now.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. And the lead stays at 8. It's 10-2. Welcome back to Major League Baseball on the show. A shot there of the nighttime beauty of this terrific Canadian city. Drew Storen will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Will Myers stands into the box.
I got some
the knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And this is fouled back and out of play.
He's an over and under achiever.
Storen's ready. Here he comes 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Here it comes 0-2. Protecting with 2 strikes. Went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. A pause and the 0-2. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again. Swing and a miss as it's dropped behind the plate. Martin gathers, and the throw is in time. Myers is retired, and there's one away.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there. Gets him fishing for it. Then nice work to tidy up behind the plate and make the put out at first.
Gary Sanchez will stand in to try it again, already with 1 home run of the ball game, and on cue, there it was back in the 7th inning, a solo shot that provided quite a spark for these guys.
I like me some Gary Sanchez.
And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats. 1 out, nobody on. And boy, big problems here to start this at bat. It's 0-2 now.
You know, the big key to throwing the slider is knowing when to throw it for a strike and then when to try to get a guy to chase out of the zone. Once he gets ahead out there, you know he loves to get you to chase.
A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out.
I'd say he's made a pretty good impression since coming on. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts to start the inning.
Trace Thompson will get another shot at it here as we take you back to inning number 7. This was his 2nd home run of the ball game, as he'd like nothing more than to make it 3 right here. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
Just too over-aggressive right now. They've got to dial this back a bit.
Not able to hold on there as he swings through a pitch in the dirt, and it doesn't look good for him now. Down 0-2.
Boy, he was so far behind that first pitch that he over-adjusted and was so far ahead of this one.
And this will find the seats behind the first base dugout. 2 out, nobody on. Hard hit ball to second, and he whiffs on it as this ball's right under his glove.
So I'm going to be a hit.
Yeah, this ball might have caught him in between hops. He might have been unsure which way to turn his glove, over or under the ball. Instead, it just goes right through him.
Fuck.
In now is Yasiel Puig. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike one. And he pumps the fastball by him at 94. It's 0-2.
And you can tell by the way these guys are swinging. They're just not picking the ball up very well. A lot of late swings. Pitches are getting on these guys quick.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And there's strike three. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. One left for the Yankees. And the lead stays at 8. It's 10-2. Dylan Betances will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. Dalton Pompey will stand in now to begin their half of the ninth in a game that was decided long ago.
Yeah, basically mop-up time out there right now. But hey, these at-bats still count against your batting average, so you can't go up there and just mail it in. You've got to see this through right to the end of the game.
First two pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike. To 2-2 now. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his third strikeout of the game.
Well, there's the true definition of a power arm out of the bullpen. He just reared back and said, go ahead, try to hit it. And he blew that four-seamer right by the guy.
Here's Troy Tulowitzki now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. And ball 4. So down to first goes Tulowitzki.
Tough take there on 3-1. I mean, if this pitch missed the inside corner, it did not miss by much. But he's going to reach base anyway.
Kevin Pillar is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Pitch is way outside and he can't even get a glove on it. And that's going to wipe away the possibility of a double play as the runner moves into second. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight.
And for as hard as he throws, he's not just a thrower out there. I mean, this is pinpoint accuracy with his fastball. He puts it right on the knees on the inside corner. Not a whole lot you're going to do with that pitch.
Josh Donaldson strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you've just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And a good 2-strike swing here as he's been fighting off some tough pitches, but the count will remain at 0-2. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Just hung in there on that one. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Close, but it's not over yet. That's ball 2.
And this is where he gets so tough. He's seen everything you've got, but you've still got to make one more good pitch to get him out.
And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And to score, the runner from second. Edwin Encarnacion will stand in to keep things going. And I don't know, Steve, is the comeback on?
Well, at the very least, I like that they're showing some character out there. You never want to go down without a fight, so they're going to make these final at-bats count.
Boy, that fastball is just sizzling up there, 1-1.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top. Just fire that thing in there.
And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. In danger now of a second walk out of the bullpen.
Not exactly providing relief. He's got to find it here somehow.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. He lays off, and that's outside. Ball 4. They're at the corners now here with 2 away.
Hey, that's a great job to work out the walkout. That's one thing managers like to see. You got to die hard at the plate, even down to your final out. You never know in this game.
Jose Bautista is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but you know he can turn on that location if that's out over the plate.
2-1.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
What a great performance up and down this lineup as they just cruise home to an easy 7-run victory.
Well, this one pretty much over before it started as we give you a final look at the line score here in what turned out to be a blowout victory.
Biggest player than me. Trace Thompson. Yep.
Well, the bats were certainly working in this one, but out of everybody, I'd say this man most deserves to be our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
Nice bat flip.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Yankees come out on top 10-3. Good night from Toronto.
Our final line score tonight. First.
Perfect moves.
Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action. Starting in the AL East, the Yankees amassed an impressive 6 home runs in the game as they blew out the Jays 10-3. The Indians got 18 hits as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 10-7. The Red Sox took down the visiting Orioles 6-4. The Minnesota Twins amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 8-4. The Angels total 11 hits as they defeated the A's in Oakland 4-2. The Mariners got 11 overall hits as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 4-1. The Astros pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 5-0. They now have 6 straight victories. The Braves put together
10 hits total as they took down the Nationals in Washington 4-1. The Miami Marlins combined for 10 hits as a team as they took care of the Mets at
Field 4-1. The Phillies only allowed 2 hits in the game as they bested the visiting Padres 5-0. The Chicago Cubs totaled 13 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 9-8. The Pirates totaled 11 hits as a team as they were able to get the walk-off victory against the Tigers 6-4. Randall Grichuk was fantastic at the plate, collecting 5 hits as the Cardinals took care of the Brewers 7-6. The Rockies knocked out 12 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Giants 6-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 4-1. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.
Alright, that's pretty much my broadcast. Yeah.